Welcome back, everyone, to another short episode here. My guests today are actually the Sasquatch. And earlier in the summer, I started receiving first contact with them, and I wanted to bring through a message that they had for us that seemed really pertinent at the time and the time of now. So I will get into that here shortly in my meeting with them, which came really unprecedented and out of nowhere. So before I get into the channel and what came through there and how it came through, I just want to invite you all to stay on for the light language for the 1111 that's coming through after I share the Sasquatch channel here in this video, and also to invite you all to join me on 1111. That's just coming up here in a few days. I'm holding a live online event. Join me live to receive a lot of integration of higher light during this time, and to connect with your most creation-sourced iteration of self. Yeah. So we will be integrating higher frequencies, a deep healing guided journey that I'll be offering for you, expanded self-connection, intuition of creator purpose, heart activation, of course, connection to spirit guides and galactic family, opportunities to share and be supported and meet kindred spirits. Yeah, I know a lot of us are very isolated. I see this in my clients and in many of us around the world right now. Transformative perspective shifts, intuitive and psychic enhancement, like language attunements, a safe, grounding, loving, and protected place, as well as channeled messages, and an opportunity to ask your questions. This will all be a 1.5 to 2 hour session live with me online on 11/11, which is this Tuesday coming up. So the link and registration for that is below. It's called GODSPARK and HEARTSONG. And what a perfect opportunity to move through that gateway together and really integrate. It's an integration of our highest light. And we're all called to the table in unique ways right now, to stand in our own most authentic self and to bring this planet into a higher frequency. And we do that together. Yeah. So you can register for that with the links below. And let's get into the message and stay on for the light language attunement, which will be like a little taste or teaser for what's coming on the 11/11 with me, with GODSPARK and Heartsong, an integration of your highest light. So the Sasquatch beings, I'm curious, let me know if you guys have had contact with them. I had done the interview with Simbo, True Brother here, just back, I want to say a month or two ago. We met, and I was inspired to connect with him. If and you know this, if you listen to the recording of us, the conversation that we had, I had begun to have these interactions with Sasquatch up here in interior Alaska that I were very unprecedented and new for me. Um, and just about a word about how that really came in was I was out camping, fishing, camping alone, up on the Steese, which is really a dirt road to nowhere on the Chattanooga River here, fishing for grayling and being out under the very midnight sun at that point, all night light. And rainy night, I was out in the truck. I sleep in the back, camper shell. And I was eating dinner and looking out to the left side into the, pretty heavily forested area there along the river. But I saw a Sasquatch, but it was through my psychic vision, but it was just as clear as seeing it with my own eyes. And I was taken aback because it wasn't something I anticipated. And that's always the guidance and information that I trust. It's like it comes out of nowhere, unasked, unsought, and unbidden. And this was the case with this group, and I felt them immediately as very, very present, very protected, very connected to the land. And so here's the message that comes from them. The morning of July 29th, after my previous evening meeting for the first time with the Sasquatch, I still feel their energy very strongly. It is warm and protective. And what else? The main signatures that I discover here are a still and unhurried, stable and steady presence, equanimous in nature, acquisitive, listening, looking, sensitive, able to move quickly and even elegantly when needed, without a sound and without leaving a trace. Also very attuned to subtle energy, extremely adept at reading subtle energy. I read that very clearly. And then again here, relaying like a beacon info from other worlds, anchoring higher energy into this one. They are almost like interdimensional portals. And the message that comes through on this morning of July 29th, we have waited a long time to meet with you. It is not only for the others that our presence arrives. It is to the mystics and oracles that we make our bid. Time may be running out, but compassion reigns supreme, and there is nothing greater than for men, the world of humans that is, to love each other. This is a message that must carry on without us, if need be. And what's interesting here with their transmission, there's a bit of an urgency that I don't sense so much with other groups because they reference time, which is really part of the structure here in 3D. This becomes a little different than beings I've channeled and felt and worked with in the past. They continue, the avenues for our salvation are both many and few. We cannot land here if the atmosphere becomes too dense. We perish on the fringes, as so few are able to make the required changes. And by that they mean the change of spiritual advancement and transformation. Or as we might say, you and I, awakening. I get the strong sense that this group, like some others, is in part lockstep in their evolution, or we could say soul plan, desire, and design, with us and with the earth. If no spiritual advancement on our planet truly happens, meaning collective humanity fails to transform, they perish themselves in some way. It's their mission, seemingly, to both safeguard something for humanity and also to have a home world that sustains them. This homeworld of which I'm speaking, or that I sense, exists primarily as separate beyond Earth, but then there's something tandem that they want and need and are drawn to here that helps sustain them here on Earth. And I think part of that is Earth's forests. I sense that they love Earth and in some way humanity too. So my observation is that they've got more than one home world, one of which in some sense is Earth, but that there's a much higher dimensional place where they live and travel to. And I think this may be more than one world. That is where I see them also as light beings, light bodies, highly advanced, and something altogether beyond what we may see in 3D reality as a big, hairy creature, although they are that also. I ask them, are you drawn to us? Do you seek us out? Are you many? And I mean us as humans. I'm wanting to understand them and their needs, their lives, and what we might have for each other. What do they want from me? Psychically, again, I'm shown that they exist in two homeworlds, only one of which is Earth. And I don't even know that this is the usual iteration of the third density Earth. It may be an upper dimensional, 5D, and so on, iteration of Earth. Something, however, here with them is starting to give birth. And suddenly they ask, will you help us? It's such a sorrowful, painful plea in a way. I'm taken aback. I'm touched. I'm moved. The part of me that in my heart wants to cry. I need to understand all this better. But if love is the answer and harmony the message, then I'm certainly in. What can I do? How can I help? And they continue, hear us, entertain our presence. A new world will open for you. Our guidance stems from many places. We have seen much, forgotten little, but for us, time as you know it is running a bit short. Humanity holds unfathomable potential. This is known to us, and so we seek you out. Just having a breath with that. And see if you can feel them in the pause here. Feel them in the pause, the gap. I also sense again this strong Venus connection with this group that's relating with me. They are related again to many realms and worlds, straddling both and many. I feel strongly that Venus is there, yes. Councils of beings they have over time related with. I feel this too. I ask what next. And finally, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you for coming. I feel myself asking to them, bring me back to the beginning. The reply I hear continues on, then a consort you must be to come with me. So in a way, I'm being asked to come deeper into the fold. And in the intervening time between receiving this message and now, I feel them on the land here in interior Alaska with me every time I go out and walk the land here, which is untracked. There's no trails. They're at my left side. I feel a female energy, usually, and sometimes a male, and beyond that, a whole group connected to them. It's much more to learn, but certainly they are liaisons between this and other worlds. And the relationship to humanity could not be more important at this time, right now, right here. So notice what you sense as we come to the end of these messages and this share. Just have a moment to pause and be inside of this with me. Because they might also, due to your relationship with me here, be seeking you out, and they need us, and we need them. So thank you all for listening to all of that there. And if you pause, you can even pause the video right now, and you will probably sense some connection of your own as you make contact here with me. It will come through me as the medium. Just notice, have some pause, maybe give yourself some time to lie down or be in meditation, and they will come through for you as well, and see, what they have for you. And let's see, as far as the 1111 goes, what's happening and what is coming through for you all. I'm just listening in, it's like my ear to the ground. Ngulani kilonianta shumi ekoren levu yemikugimi inkoronala onkaki inkerona monka inchiniku miana onkali miatolo onkarbanania ni nisha unkorman unkira onte. You can breathe, whether it's through the dragon energy that's always around me now. There's been a purple dragon coming through the belly, womb space for me lately. Maybe notice how that dragon energy informs you uniquely. Funny too, the Sasquatch recently, and they are on my walks with me here on the land. I've got some very remote property and I walk cross country, sometimes in the dark, and I feel them with me on my left, sometimes a very female presence. They said we're not so different from dragon energies because we are both carrying that primal and we could say primordial signature. Yeah. This was just a couple days ago. So in any case, just allow yourself to pause, have a breath, have a sense of letting go of the conceptual mind. Ola iki kura unku kia nisha ikiru gurwaka unku unguru ya nisha unku kia makukaila unkaimia ushepini. Ola unku ki nira ontaila unshintuya ushe iki ngara anka anchituni. Have a breath into the heart space and notice what wants to arise for you, the life that wants to live you, the truth that's coming home to you, the memories, cellular memories, DNA code that's waking up inside of you, and integrating that more purposefully, your light body itself integrating more purposefully here and now with your physical form. The more you ground to earth, and I think this is what part of the unspoken message with the Sasquatch actually is that the more we ground to this earth, the more we embody that higher galactic light. Yeah. And I'm pointing to the aurora because we've had some, last week we had a night of amazing aurora expression. It is very snowy here and totally different world. Yeah. So just notice what's coming through. You might feel quite a bit of light coming down through the crown of the head, through that stellar gateway, And notice that. Landing in the heart and moving down into the root chakra, into the feet, into the earth, and even into your other home star systems. Those of you, and many of you, are living also parallel lifetimes in other home worlds. And in a way, this is very similar to the Sasquatch. They exist here in our reality and also in other higher realms, as was said in that channel and dialogue and discussion just now. Yeah. Ola ukuya no shemikarone la uko ura mukoya ante eto mia tiatarone makorma lan cheshani kerone la ante shante lan telaviyande kolonikani inte. And to your own most divine aspect, you must take a second and third look, because this is how the truth will come home. And you bravely and boldly embody it. Ola akadin no shemi kerone la no la eto shemiki yarola moki madam o shemi konanamsho. Let the love that you are expressed through the many worlds, first and foremost through your own life. And listen to the messages as you move through your day and night, what might be coming through. I know people have written to me with having had experiences of profound activation through the light language messages on the channel. So I look forward to hearing how this lands for you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your notes and your kind words. Your inspiration, your truth. And again, join me for GODSPARK and HEARTSONG 1111, just coming up in a couple of days. The links for that are below. It's a very, very reasonably priced offering for a session with me. It is a group session, but it's a long one, and it will be very comprehensive with a very full, complete guided healing and activation on the 1111. Get on that, kiddo. Get that.